So I have gotten this card before, and pardon me. You know how I do this thing. I don't ever know if like the thing really just starts or if I'm like missing parts of this because it says I'm live and it's still like scrolling. I don't know what's happening, but anyway. So, how do I remember who I was before I forgot? Because yesterday's cards were really important. The Kali card for me and the Nine of Wands that really helped me to understand about having to break down inside of myself who I was so that I could create who I am, and to actually really realize that as much of a talker about being sensual and sexual and this very open-minded sexual goddess, that I was kind of not what I thought I was, but I had been born to be that thing, that I had been born to be this fierce, confident, didn't need anybody kind of person, and those things were broken in me as a child because it was just the time that it was the way that patriarchal Greek society was. You know, everybody was talking about how I was going to be able to find a rich man, probably an older Greek man, and I would have been taken care of for the rest of my life. And God, that was so distasteful to me to listen to them talk about me as if I wasn't even in the room. And it happened so many times in my life, and I told that story yesterday about how the babysitter even did that shit to me. So today I asked, how do I manifest that fierce, confident, self-sufficient woman I was born to be before I forgot who I was? And I pulled this card, which is the Eight of Swords, and it is called Equanimity, or Equanimity. And I had to look this card up before because I didn't know what that word equanimity meant. And so it's being calm in stressful situations, manifesting or maintaining composure in speech and attitude, stability or steadiness. So that's really hard for me. When I get super upset about something, or fear especially starts to manifest in me that something bad is about to happen, or I don't feel like I'm being heard, anything that is just the least bit stressful, my go-to reaction is kick ass, take names, ask questions later. And that does not work for me. It has never worked for me. But in the moment of those reactions to those situations, I feel better. So I've been working really hard since May to not be this reactive person to stressful situations around me, because I want to make a difference in my life. I want to feel better about myself and who I am. And also, if something comes up that emotionally is charged for me, and I'm trying to help somebody in that situation, whatever that situation is, it doesn't even matter. I can't come off like a super bitch. I have to come off with love and kindness so that people will trust what I have to say and not think that this person is a crazy lunatic trying to like kill everybody and burn the house down, because, you know, that's my favorite thing. That's what I really want to do. Burn the house down and then tell everybody to get the fuck away from me. So I'll give you an example of how I behaved better than I could have in a recent situation, but not as well as I should have. So I'm giving myself a little pat on the back because last Friday, my boyfriend was exposed to the COVID virus. And I came on Saturday, and we didn't know he had been exposed until Monday morning. And I was like, oh, what did you just say to me? And so my first reaction was, I was pissed. I was yelling at him. I was yelling about I told his boss was an idiot. I yelled at him. I was really, really fucking mad. I was mad at the person that exposed him because it was through work. And I'm like, well, wait a second. So this person let you in their house to look at a job and they had it. And then, well, how do you know they know that they had it? Well, how did they know on Monday or Sunday that they had it? They had to have some sort of idea that they were sick, and they still were in the same room with you, and none of y'all wore masks, and I can't even believe you didn't wear masks. I mean, it was just this, I went nuts. And then I called my girlfriend, and I went nuts some more. And then when I hung up the phone with her, I said to myself, what are you doing? How is any of what you're doing right now helping this situation at all? You need to fucking come back into your body for a minute. You need to think about what you need to do and what you can do in this situation, because there's going to be some shit you can't do. I mean, that doesn't matter what you scream and yell. It doesn't matter if you really were going to go pound somebody's face in. The test that you're going to go take this week is not going to be determined by you screaming and yelling at everybody, making yourself in a whole fucking tiz, or beating the shit out of somebody. The test is going to do what the test is going to do, and the results are going to be what the results are going to be. Doesn't matter how much scream. Oh, sorry. I just dropped my notebook and scared the shit out of my cats. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter how much screaming and yelling and chaos I cause. The test results are going to be what the test results are going to be. So in that moment, I calmed down. And that was like late Monday afternoon. I spent, a pretty good part of Monday being super fucking pissed off and just reactive and yelling at everyone who would listen to me. I yelled at my friend. I yelled at my husband. I yelled at my boyfriend. I yelled at his boss. I yelled at my kid. I yelled at everybody as if that was going to make some sort of a fucking difference in this test. So when I calmed down enough and I figured out where we could go to get the tests done, I scheduled them for the next day. And that was Tuesday. And we got up, and I didn't think about any of it. I said, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to do what I always do. I'm going to get my ass up out of bed. I'm going to do my fucking meditation. I'm going to listen to some gratitude of what some positive affirmations for myself about how strong, fierce, wonderful warrior, fucking self-sufficient I am. I'm going to get on the floor. I'm going to do some fucking yoga. I'm going to belly dance. I'm going to clean my house and make some dinner. And I'm going to take my test. And then I'm not going to think about this shit for the rest of the week. Now, I did think about it, but I didn't go crazy. And this card tells you to actually feel what you're feeling, but, take a step back from it and kind of observe it and ask yourself some questions. So what I noticed was I didn't get sick to my stomach this time, and that's where all my shit manifests, right, in my solar plexus, or my sacral, solar sacral. Those are the two chakras that my fear and worry and all of it is right there in those places. So I didn't have it. Even when I was checking my phone for the test results, because as soon as the boss got his, I knew ours was coming probably the next day. And then the bosses came in and his was fine. And then ours came the next day and we were negative as well. When you can't make a difference in whatever is going on, the storm around you, why would you want to make it worse? And I think that's the thing that I learned, is that if there's some shit happening, that's bad enough without being a fucking dick about it too. And I was being a fucking dick. I was being a dick to everybody that I loved, everybody I cared about, because what I wanted was for all of those people to tell me I was going to be okay, and they did that. But the reality of the situation was nobody knew for sure if we were all going to come out positive or negative from the test. And all the screaming and yelling and all the begging and pleading I was going to do with all of those people wasn't going to make any difference, except for I had stressed other people's lives. And that's not what I'm trying to do. So for the rest of the weekend, I'm going to try to step back and observe situations before I actually do a lot of craziness. I mean, doesn't mean I'm not going to talk about them. Doesn't mean I'm not going to feel it in my stomach. I'm going to sit with those things and allow them to be there, but I'm not going to react to them, especially when I'm feeling that way. And probably with a lot of my family and the people that I care about the most, when that shit does come up, I'm going to have to look at them and tell them, I'm going to need a moment to process all of this. I got to sit with this feeling I have, because if I try to talk to you right now, it's not going to be how I want to speak to you, because I'm being a dick in my own head right now. I can tell. I'm an asshole right now. I can feel it. So I'm not going to respond to you about this situation. I'm just going to sit with it, process it, and try to like really run through it in my head down to what could be the possible outcomes of all of this, and what, if anything, can I do about those things right now. And if I can't do anything about those things right now, then I'm going to enjoy the day that I have been given, because this is a fucking blessing. Good morning, beautiful. You are going to have a great day. So that's what that card means to me, and that's what, and even though this card has come up for me before, I don't think it really hit me, the equanimity. I don't think that word really, I don't think it really resonated with me. I don't think the description of the card resonated with me like it did today, because I could put it into context of the thing that I had just gone through. That was really dumb, Michelle. Wait, sorry. That was very reactive, Michelle. And you should be different when those things happen, because everybody was stressed. It wasn't Bob's fault. It wasn't his boss's fault. I mean, could they have done things differently? Bob could have wore a mask. All of those things could be different. But in the big scheme of things, that was Monday morning quarterbacking after the Sunday football game, which meant nothing. Doesn't do any different. We needed to be thinking about what to do about this situation that we were in right now, and we needed to do it calmly. And so I did that, and we dealt with it, and everything was okay, thankfully. But that's how this card actually lets me, because I handle stress the same way, no matter what it is. Personal stress, scary stress, financial stress, whatever it is, work stress, I handle it the same way. I scream and yell because I want someone else to take care of it for me. And if I say that I'm this strong, fierce, confident, self-sufficient woman, then I better start acting like this fierce, confident, self-sufficient woman, and not screaming and yelling and hoping that somebody else is going to fucking take care of the problem for me. I got to take care of the problem for me. I gotta fix it. And sometimes I gotta realize there's no fixing it. And all the screaming and yelling is just gonna make life miserable for myself and everybody around me. So, anyway, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe and hit that bell so that you know when I do a new video. I try to do them every day, but I'm a Sagittarius, and sometimes that don't fucking happen, and that's how things are. If you're watching this on Facebook, I would love to hear your comments in the box. I would love to hear your comments on the YouTube side as well. And I would love it if you shared this video with your friends. And don't make them public. That's why you need to go out to the site and find them, because I kind of just want things to be, Facebook is Facebook and YouTube is YouTube, and I'm Witch Michelle out there, and it makes things so much easier. So, yeah, I would like it if you would do that for me. That would be really awesome sauce. And tomorrow is the new moon. That was what I was going to tell you. Tomorrow is the new moon, and I have gathered supplies, and I am going to the cemetery in Bradenton, and I am going to do some work out there. So I really would like to know what you guys are going to do for yours. Mine is all about becoming the strong, fierce woman, rewriting my story, and getting my financial freedom this time. Especially now understanding what that means through this card that I just had, and what I just went through, and knowing that I can't just keep screaming and asking everybody to fix stuff for me if I want to be self-sufficient. So that's what my magic is going to be about this weekend. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday. Have a great day. Love you. Bye.